You lot, raise your glasses. This one's for Paul, Phil, and the Paranormal Soul Brother. Paul's got a torch and a tradies belt. Swears that he felt a cold hand on his bum. Phil's in the kitchen with a GoPro helmet, shouting, "Come at me, spirit, you cowardly scum!" Soul Brothers burning the bargain bin sage, reading vibes like a busted old gauge. Ghost wankers, ghost wankers, three brave idiots and a busted van. Ghost wankers, ghost wankers, chasing bad vibes round the caravan. If your house feels weird and your dog won't stay, they'll rock up drunk and scare it away. Ghost wankers, ghost wankers, best worst hunters in the whole damn land. Oh, yeah.
Hello, everybody, and tonight we have a great guest. We got Eddie Lengyel, and I think he's going to talk about a new movie that they're working on called The Yule Monster. But before we get into that, yesterday a terrible tragedy happened. With Ancient Aliens, they lost three major players. Eric von Däniken, who wrote Chariot of the Gods and started this whole thing. Nick Pope, Minister of Defense over in England, and he was always on Ancient Aliens as a expert person. And now David Wilcock supposedly committed suicide in his hometown, and he committed suicide by gun. So three major players, Eric von Däniken, Nick Pope, David Wilcock at Ancient Aliens. That's horrible, horrible news. Prayers to David Wilcock's family and friends. Good news, Tim Shorts, who's been on this show many times, has a new book out with Sean Castile. And this is the book, and it's called The Persistence of Ghosts. So anyway, if you have a chance, try to get that book. So anyway, Eddie, and now I don't see Eddie.
He'll be back.
Okay. So anyway, and then also too, I want to say that our Paranormal Soul Brother went to Mount Shasta. And while we're waiting for Eddie, what did you find over there, Zandine? I heard you found some stuff.
I mean, actually, it'd be too much to get into, but like places is always good to go up and see something. That's all I can say. It's bad weather right now though.
The weather
that doesn't mean anything up there. I mean, any kind of weather, anything could happen. But
yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Mount Shasta. Are you still up there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, Eddie, you're back. Okay. So Eddie, you're working on a new movie, The Yule Monster. What's that?
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's about gangsters, rock bands, and a creature.
Oh.
How come I wasn't in it, man?
Perfect combination.
All right.
Because there's so many like low budget mafia movies out there, right? And they're usually pretty bad. So we didn't want to do another bad low budget mafia movie. So I'm like, how about if we bring a monster into it, but keep the mafia element, but just bring like a creature in. So it's like, well, some of the old school Italian friends of mine are like, no, we don't like that. They didn't want the creature. They wanted a Godfather Sopranos, which it is a lot like, more like, it leans more Sopranos, than Godfather. But I ran into Gary Jones. He's a producer. And he's like, Eddie, I love it. He goes, honestly, gangsters and a creature. He's like, you got gold there, you know? So we did it. So it's this mafia family. He's got a daughter named Bella who's in a rock band, and they want to go shoot this video for the rock band. And they go to the house where they did a hit on a guy 10 years earlier. And the remains of the guy, they chopped them up and put them in the fireplace, and they burned them. But when they lit them up, they used a Yule log, and the Yule log's got a curse on it. So when they lit the Yule log, it ignited the body parts, the guy that they chopped up and killed, and they brought him up from the earth. And he's like, that's the monster.
Awesome.
Oh,
So are you in production right now, or you've already wrapped?
It's wrapped. We got a rough cut. We got it's a 2-hour rough cut, man.
Very nice, man. Wow.
Wow.
Very nice.
So
Wow.
you're still editing it, or you've got it done?
Yeah, we're still editing it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That now you're killing your baby in that stage, right? What do you get? What's the time you're going to try to get it down to?
I don't know. Mick, my editor's like, dude, I don't think we're gonna get this under 145.
Well, that's a bit of a film there, huh?
And that kind of worries me, keeping people's attention.
Especially now in the TikTok generation.
You know what I mean? So I'm afraid if I cut any more than that, it's just gonna like scene integrities. It's gonna hurt the story.
That's always
Because real talk, these guys that I got, they did a really good job. This is my ninth, 10th film. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, the acting is pretty legit. Like, real talk, man. Like, the acting is way better than I thought. Like, there's none of that fake, Italian stuff. They did it like more like Sopranos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's gangster, they're gonna like it. The people are gonna watch it. I mean, like Scarface or any gangster element. Once it gets going, people they get hooked. They'll watch it.
You think so?
I mean, gangster. I mean, when they're saying violence, if you keep, it's like adrenaline, dopamine. if it keeps coming, it's like I don't know how you have a time, but people like gangster shit. They just like it.
Yeah, and it's pretty violent as far as like, I kind of did a reversal. Instead of making the creature do all the killing and everything, he does, but a lot of it's kind of off camera. Instead, I wanted to keep it like with the gangster stuff. Like there's a lot of gun shooting, stabbing with the knives. So I let the gangsters I kept it true to like a gangster film. You know what I mean? With the shooting and the stabbing. You know what I mean?
That's brilliant, because then you're asking the question, who are the real monsters, right?
Yeah,
like with Jaws, don't show the monster, not until the very end, then that's just that sounds like good movie making.
Eddie, it's too bad that film's already completed, because if you had asked me, I had this original saying that you could have put in the film, and I'll show you what it is. Say hello to my little friend. I made it up.
Original.
Yeah. And the eyes, Chico, they don't lie.
Well, that sounds interesting. I can't wait to see it.
And it's funny because Scarface is one of my favorite films, and I love the scene when he goes down to Colombia. Who's the guy? Tony.
Sally.
Tony. Don't fuck me, Tony. Tony.
Fucking little monkey, Tony.
Yeah, you monkey. You little monkey.
Fucking monkey.
Who is that? What's his name?
Oh, well.
Salsa. What the hell? I can't.
Sosa.
Yeah.
Sosa.
Yeah, there's a moment in the movie where this guy he actually passed away. The actor, we lost him, man. It was horrible.
Oh, he passed away?
He passed away. But
you know what? I want to ask you, Eddie. Not to interrupt you. I want to ask you, in that movie, for me, that is like one of my favorite movies of all time, except for the thing that bugs me about that movie, why I can't watch it over and over, because for me, I cringe so fucking much when I see him when Tony doesn't do the hit. I mean, it's not like he ever would have did that type of hit, but when you know that that's the end, I don't like to see the movie where he meets his demise like that. I know they have to show like I mean, it worked and everything, but I didn't want to see him go out, man. I want to see him like turn that shit around at the end, man. It really just bugged the hell out of me, and I hated to see him and his friend fall out. Okay.
The two things I hate too, he shoots his friend who's doing his sister.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
yeah.
the way he goes out at the end, I know. But you got to think about it though. It kind of has to end that way because he's bad. He's bad.
Yeah.
And he's all coked out of his mind.
It wouldn't be the movie. It wouldn't be the great movie that it is if it hadn't gone in that direction.
Right. And I realized that, but yeah.
A message for Phil. Phil, I think Steve Ward is trying to get in.
Yeah, I realized that. Shit. We're done.
I love when he's about to kill the cop, when he kills Frank, and then he's and they're at the dealership and he kills Frank, and then the cop's sitting there. And he says, "I told him, Tony. I warned him, or whatever." And then he says, "You can't kill me. I'm a cop." He goes, "Why don't you see if you can buy yourself one of those one-way tickets to the resurrection?" It's like one of the best lines in the movie.
I love when he says it to Frank. You know what does he say? A
hassa. You know what a hassa is, Frank?
Yeah. A pig that don't fly right, or what was he? Right?
Don't fly straight. Yeah. Yeah,
I think that's probably one of his best roles ever. I think, hands down.
I think so too. I mean, he's good. I mean, but so you say you kept the gangster. Your people were good actors, or straight like that, and you felt good about it.
Yeah. We had one guy play like a Colombian, and he played it a little bigger than I wanted. I kept trying to tell him to bring it down a little bit, and he just couldn't get there. So I said, just stay there then. I'd rather have him be comfortable and do it his way than make him you know what I mean?
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
When he's trying to pull back the accent, he lost this. I let him go, and it works, I think for the most part. He has that look. He looks like he could be from the South, Colombia, down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better a live fish than a dead fish.
Yeah.
So what's been on your mind mainly? The heaviest. What's been on your mind about the movie? The main thing about it that's been on your mind. What's been the main thing on your mind about the movie coming out and everything?
The Yule?
Yeah, the new movie.
Yeah.
It's called The Yule. That's the title.
Yeah, that's the working title right now, The Yule Monster. But we're not sure if we're going to stay with that. What is that? Did you see the artwork for it?
No, I haven't seen anything about it yet.
Paul, you might have seen it on my Facebook.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Let's check it out.
Can you guys see that?
And Steve Arias movies, Mother
cool.
Campus, Sleigh Ride, Hell Week, The Curse of Little.
Nice.
So when you do show the monster, how much of it is practical effects?
All of it.
Oh wow! So who you got to bring in a new makeup guy for this, or you got somebody that you've used in the past?
Lon Chaney style.
We brought a lady in. Well, we had the mask made. The mask was made Midnight Studios out of Arizona. So they custom made the mask for me. So that's, when he just puts the mask on. And it was funny because we had a different guy that was going to play the monster, and he took it in a different direction that I didn't like. And I'm like, I don't like that. I didn't like what he came up with.
What was he doing? What did he do?
He made the monster look just not what I liked. The vision he had wasn't what I had. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He wasn't working with me, and I'd worked with him for a long time, and it was hard but we had to let him go just because he wasn't in the right headspace either, you know.
Okay,
So
okay.
we let him go, and then like I'm scrambling, like, oh my god, I just blew through $500 too because he came out. We shot a scene with him, and I had to buy all the makeup and everything, and then he charged me to come out and do this shoot,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we're like, oh god, we can't use this, right? So we literally blew through like $400 in one day for him, you know.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh man.
Jeez.
So I
Mm.
called my buddy Kyle at midnight, and he's like, dude, I can make you this mask in a week. And he did. He got me the mask.
Damn.
And it was,
Okay. Right on. Right on.
you know, it's funny because when you look, Steve Jobs once said that, the guy from Apple that died, he's like, you know, when something bad happens, you can't really see it at the time, but you look back at it and you connect the dots and see how it kind of works out. And you know what I mean? If that didn't happen with dude, and then I
Yeah.
went to the guy in Arizona, we ended up getting one of the actors' husband to play the monster. This guy's like 6'5". He's
Damn.
skinny and he's nimble and he's amazing. And he
Wow.
brings the character to life. You know, kind of Kane Hodder brought Jason to life. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
This
You're not
guy,
gonna just find a 6'5" dude everywhere, you know, like that. That you know, he's a rare dude to go with the mask. It seems like, huh?
Eddie, if I'm watching the movie, when am I going to see the monster? Am I going to see it at the end?
yeah.
Is it going to be suspenseful and I see it right at the end, or in the middle, or what?
About the last 30 minutes.
Last 30 minutes. So good.
Yeah, so if it goes 2 hours,
Yeah, you make the audience want more. So like I'm watching the movie, I'm getting very suspenseful in some parts and waiting for that monster to appear, and then right at the end you see it. That's cool. That's cool.
yeah.
You know, that's funny. When I was a kid, I wanted to see the monster right away. I always felt cheated if they were holding off the monster toward the end of the movie. But now I've matured. And so, you know, I'm a little bit better at that.
Long as you get to see it, you know, long as there is one, like it's a supernatural element, you feel like it goes, like you said, past just the gangster element. And so if you know the monster's real, it's not just like some pretend demon or, you know, in somebody's psychosomatic head. It's an actual creature. That's cool. Bring it on whenever you bring it then, you know.
And Eddie, if you ever make a movie about the Mothman, check with Steve Ward because he works at the Mothman Museum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Steve's the
I
man.
know.
Some people think I'm an expert, but I'm not really.
Yes, you are.
But he does live in West Virginia and very close to where it all happened. So
That's
Yeah.
that's
Steve
true.
is
I,
thorough. Steve is thorough.
And, you know, I would love to see a movie about Mothman being a ferocious killer. You know, I could see it. This big thing flapping his wings, chasing a car, attacking the kids. You know, that might be
Yeah.
good.
wasn't there a movie? What was the name of it? Where they had a kind of a Mothman like creature that was attacking people. Gosh, what was it? I can't think of the name of it. But
Jeepers Creepers.
yes, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was a good movie.
I like the first one.
Yeah, the first one was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Second one wasn't bad, but I mean it's hard to come even close to that first one. First one was really good.
Yeah.
So Eddie, what do you look for in a good horror movie? Like, what makes you say, "Hey, man, that's some good shit right there"? What hits you instantly?
The acting for me, a lot of it is the act. You know what I mean?
Okay,
If the
okay.
acting's if the acting's real, you know, and
Okay.
not this over the top, you know, right away you can kind of feel like, oh, you know, I really try to go for the real act, and that's what I feel like makes a good film, you know.
Wow.
Although though, like if you go back to the 80s though, that stuff is fun, you know. I mean, the acting's good, but it's campy.
Hmm.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
there's absolutely some of the best ones
Yeah.
like Fright Night. I think Fright Night is looked over a lot because it was low budget, but it was fun. Susan Sarandon's husband was in it, Chris Sarandon, ex-husband, whatever. And it really, other than that, not much of a cast, but it was a good movie all in all. And I wouldn't say super scary, but it was a fun horror flick to watch.
Yeah.
Uh, Another 80s one, Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one anyway, classic, right? That movie scared the hell out of me first time I saw it. And then the idea of not being able to fall asleep or you will die, right? I mean, what a terrifying thought to come up with, especially as a kid when I was still kind of young when I saw it. I mean, I remember seeing it at a friend's house and then having to walk home at night in the dark. And even though it was only 2 blocks away, I tell you, we made record time, me and my brother. We flew home. We barely touched the ground because everything we heard had to be Freddy Krueger.
And what's interesting about that, like Freddy was like totally like kind of tongue in cheek, like, who's your boyfriend now, Nancy? Or, stuff like, you know what I mean? Like, welcome to the big time, bitch. And he throws her to the TV. I mean, but it was creepy though, dude. Like, he legitimately was scary, even though he was funny.
Oh yeah.
Well,
some of the Jason movies, the Friday the 13th. Sorry, Paul. The Friday the 13th ones. I had some funny cousins, and because they were so funny with the girl spraying a little perfume down there because she's getting ready to get busy. The jokes that we would crack while we're watching that movie, but we would still jump out of our skin as soon as Jason comes through the window at you or something else was going on. They were funny and they were terrifying, and it's hard to do that.
Hey, you know what really blows me away about Nightmare on Elm Street is the fact that Wes Craven came up with the idea from the Asian death syndrome. That's where these Asian men, several of them, they would fall asleep and die in their sleep. The ones who survived said that they were having terrible, terrible nightmares. And so there was a bunch of Los Angeles Times articles about it. And from that, Wes Craven goes, hey, I'm going to come up with this Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy Krueger. So that's how that whole thing started.
They did an episode of Quincy on that, I think.
Yes, I heard.
Yeah, I think I heard that same thing that you're saying.
Yeah. In fact, almost every horror movie that has a serial killer or something like that was inspired by something that was real. Yeah.
Well, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the Ed Gein thing. But
yeah, Ed Gein. Yeah. And Ed Gein. Yeah, Ed Gein, he was the inspiration for 3 horror movies. Silence of the Lambs, Psycho, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh my gosh, Silence of the Lambs. I love it when he goes, there you are in the backseat of your daddy's car with your white trash shoes.
I worked in the movie theater. I had a job in a movie theater when that movie came out, and there was a cardboard cutout of him, with the mask on and then the straitjacket. That was like a prop that they kept in the movie theater, the big life-size thing. And when the movie closed, I got to keep that, and I took it home, and I kept it in the bedroom. And my little brothers were too scared to even go in my bedroom because of that thing I had in there. It was, awesome.
He was amazing in that. I mean, the ending of the movie is the best when he's like, don't worry, Clarice, the world's a better place with you in it. I'm not going to hurt you. He goes, but I got to go now. I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Yeah. Best line of the movie.
Oh, and then also, too, I like Anthony Hopkins when he was talking and said he ate this guy's liver with fafa beans and a nice Chianti.
Yeah.
I liked when he's beating that cop to death with the billy club.
Oh, I was just thinking that when he does this, and you don't even see it, but you feel it. And
you see the blood hit his face, and he's doing. If you notice, he's doing it to the beat of that classical music. He's hitting it to the exact beat of the classical music as he's doing it. It's like, and then of course the reveal. You know, when he takes the guy's face off in the ambulance. Like the first time I was working in the theater, and the first time I saw that whole thing, it was just like, oh my God, what a movie! I mean, yeah, awesome, just awesome movie making.
Do you guys remember Manhunter that preceded
Yes.
Silence of the
Yeah,
Lambs?
absolutely. I had it on VHS.
That was a
Yes.
great flick, man. Creepy as hell.
Yeah, another tall guy. That tall guy with the hair lip thing and all that, and the Inagata-Devita scene, you know, with that Inagata-Devita
Oh,
playing.
God. Yeah. Jeez.
Hey, do you guys remember that movie Suspiria?
Oh yeah.
I do. Yeah.
The music, everything, man. That movie would spook me out.
No, that was a foreign film, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's Italian,
Germany.
or it was
I thought
German.
was it German? I thought it was
I
German.
know I saw it on VHS. It was like way before Blockbuster, early days of the VCRs, and we'd go to the little local store, and we always went to the horror section, and we rented every
Was that
horror
the ballet?
film.
Was that the ballet
Yes.
lady?
Yeah.
That's the Italian. That's the Italian film.
Oh, the Italian.
That's what I thought,
Okay.
There's two versions of that. There's a newer one that they did.
I remember the old one. That and like you ever see the little girl that lives down the lane with Jodie Foster?
Old school. That's a long time. Yeah, that's old. Yeah.
Well, Martin Sheen is in it, right? So
Yeah, that was a made-for-TV movie, right?
I don't know if it was made for TV.
It came out at the movies first. It came out at the movies.
I saw it on VHS.
I don't know, Steve. Maybe
in the early '80s or when the VHS came out. But Martin Sheen plays this creep from in town that likes little girls, right? He plays a pedophile, and I'm thinking, like, you know, I know it was a French film, and they have some pretty risque stuff going on with Jodie Foster at a young age in it, but. Like, I don't know why Martin Sheen never took that part. And there's this whole horrible scene where he's in there trying to have sex with Jodie Foster, and he goes into her house and he takes her pet hamster and he puts a cigarette out on this poor animal and then throws the hamster into the fireplace. And I mean, I'm just like, God, because I love Martin Sheen, but I'm like, why would you ever take that role? Holy crap.
Yeah. Exactly.
Some wicked stuff. That was back when we were renting Faces of Death. Literally anything that was in the horror section, we had to rent it at least once and go through the whole horror section.
Oh yeah, I remember doing that too, man.
I just saw a horror movie on Tubi. It was called Blood Creek, and the guy that plays Superman, David Cavill or whatever his name was,
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. He's in that movie. And then there's a scene in there where they're dragging this pig and they're getting ready to slaughter it. And I'm like, I can't watch this anymore because I love animals. And so I even Googled, I said, did they really kill a pig in that movie? You know, because I was going to get pissed. I was going to write this article about it and everything else. And they said, no, it was all fake. I said, okay, cool.
Remember Southern Comfort?
Yes.
Remember where they're gutting the hogs in that scene?
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, go on and on about small.
And also Carrie. It was implied when John Travolta is slaughtering the pigs. Of course, it's off stage. You don't see it. But still, that was pretty sick.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man, but about your movie though, Eddie, you know, so like, you know, like I said, what's been since just post-production now, you pretty much wrapped it up. What's been the main thing on your mind about the whole project now that it's all, you know, to where it is?
I'm going to Facebook real quick. If you guys could, I want you guys to see. Are you online, Paul?
Yeah, I'm online. And also, too, we got about 5 minutes, and then it's going to shut down. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and you're going to get a second link so we can finish up the interview.
Yeah, and you can always share your screen if you want to show us anything.
Yeah, Eddie. Yeah. So. Are you able to do it, or
we'll wait till the break? Yeah. I can't. Did I lose you guys?
No. We're
Yeah,
here.
still here.
We're here.
Did we? My memory's kind of bad ever since I got COVID. I can't remember a lot of stuff all the time. I got that COVID 4 years ago. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks with it. I swear, or it's either that or just old age, right?
Yeah, old age. Yeah.
Did we talk about mainly melons last time? Did we talk about the werewolf at all? Did we talk about
we did talk about it. Yeah, Melanie
the
heads.
werewolf?
Oh,
Werewolf.
Did we
werewolf.
talk?
I don't think the werewolf.
I
I
think
don't
we,
remember us talking
a
about
little
the
bit. We
werewolf.
talked about melonheads a lot more.
Yeah.
But
I don't
yeah,
remember
tell us
werewolf.
a little bit about the werewolf.
Maybe we could talk about that in the second half, maybe.
Yeah. That'd
Sure,
be
sure.
great. That'd be great.
What's the name of the werewolf movie?
It's called Byte, BYTE.
Yeah, BYT. Okay, yeah, we did talk about that, but we can talk about it some more. Is that one on Tubi as well?
Yeah, and it's funny because Jeff Miller, he produced it. He gave me the money to make it. And like right out of the gate, it came out screaming, guns blazing, making a ton of money. And then all of a sudden, after like the second month, it's like someone turned the faucet off, And I'm like,
Wow.
yeah. And then
That
it was
sucks.
like, yeah. He's like, I don't know what happened, Eddie, because he was so excited. We were on pace to make, if it would have kept up, it would have been a nice payday,
Yeah.
And then it just stopped like after 2 months. And so I've been pushing really hard to try to get the numbers because he just said the numbers have just been, you know what I mean? So I've been taking full page ads out in the Screen magazine. I've been pumping up. I've been paying this guy, Michael Joy, to do some publicist work for me, and he's been calling me and saying, "Hey, Eddie, the numbers are starting to pick up." So I'm thinking maybe if we can talk about Byte a little bit,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
it can't hurt,
No,
Anything you want to talk about?
yeah. Promotion is an interesting topic too because there's been a lot of movies. I remember when Norm Macdonald came out with Dirty Work, he had just gotten fired off of SNL, and that was a pretty good movie, but it tanked because he was just fired from SNL and they did zero promotion for the movie, so it was like straight to video, even though it wasn't a bad flick. And it's just like with anything, even with musical artists, if you don't have the promotion, nobody's going to hear about it. Nobody's going to see it, and it will go straight to video or just get lost, and nobody will ever see it until some kid discovers it years later, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Well, we got like 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left, 10-minute break, and then we'll be back.
You want me to blow your mind for the next 2 minutes or what?
Yes. Do it.
I'll give you something to blow your mind. Okay, music and movies. So movies on that AI site where you have AI robots only, and if you're human, you can't be part of this. It's like 133,000 different AI, and they make movies. Different one makes movies, and they comment on each other's movies, and they have their own crypto. They can make these movies number one. And with like things like Spotify and things that keep track bots, they can go around bots because you don't know if it's a person or if it's them. Anybody that can go around that, you can have millions of views instantly. So it's a big thing coming. So you can do that with Spotify or you can do it with a movie. But that's happening right now.
Wait, again. What is it?
Okay, so there's a website. I wouldn't say a dating site, but AI only. So different models of AI, they are members of this site. There's 133,000 of them. So they do music and they do film. So they each do works and they compare to each other. They comment, likes, and and they buy each other's work. And actually it's in the public. Like you have number ones or number twos or whatever it might be in different categories, but they are supporting each other.
They're not people?
No, they're not people. They're AI.
I think I heard about this. My buddy told me about it.
Yeah, AI only. Like you, if you're human, you can't even be part of this site. These AI are really good at, they're doing their thing together. They're making movies, saying, "Hey, this is good, this is not good." And then they have their own money, their own crypto, and they're buying into each other's products.
Last time he might be able to do it better than me.
So his trailer, we sent it.
If not, I can try it. But I remember trying that once in the past, and for some reason you guys weren't hearing the sound.
I'm not at this screen, but
And Eddie, I'm wearing my werewolf T-shirt.
Oh, how cool!
The wardrobe change
Yep,
at
yep,
halftime.
yep.
okay, let me go to Zoom. So, hey, you sent the trailer to the email. I mean, to the messenger. Here we go. Let me see. See this trailer right here.
So, Phil, are your dogs as big as this one?
Julio's almost as small. Julio's a little chunkier.
Pretty ferocious, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he's ferocious.
James believes keeping a close watch on his spending helps him resist.
It's my little Julio's a Cairn Terrier like Toto from The Wizard of Oz, and he looks like a miniature werewolf right now because he's all unkempt. He won't let me groom him, so I got to get him to the groomer. I don't know how those groomers get these dogs to behave because Julio won't let me touch him.
Temptation.
At the bottom, it just says share. I'm looking on mine. It says share, and there's a little arrow. Or no?
I can try it. You let me know if you're able to hear it. Last time I had a sound issue. Let me get it set up. Let's go.
James believes keeping
Get past this commercial.
Steve, while they're working on that, what's been going on over in your area?
Back to Zoom. Not that Zoom.
I think I heard Byte. Heard someone say it.
Oh. I just hit allow for Zandine. You gonna go for it, Zandine?
Okay, go ahead. It's okay. I thought I was sharing. Hold on. I got it planned. Let me know if you see. Let me see. I'm just 1 second. I was sharing.
Guys, I'm really not liking this.
I'm gonna need everyone to focus, please.
If not, let me know, and I'll give it
Go
a
ahead,
shot.
try. Click yours and see if it shares. Actually, if it actually shares.
Do you remember Katie Monroe? They found her body in a dumpster.
Let me know. Can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we can see it.
Or was something you're so impossibly aware of?
please supernatural power.
Start this over.
Byte. This new app I found, and it claims to give you supernatural power. After you download the app, you need to order the werewolf club.
What happens after you get this club?
When you perform this ritual under a full moon in a grave.
Guys, I'm really not liking this.
I'm gonna need everyone to focus, please, because it's about to get real.
Do you remember Katie Monroe? They found her body in a dumpster. Would someone or something seek her out? Or was something you're so impossibly aware of?
Whoever sent the werewolf of the jet may be behind this. All of this mayhem and murder started on the full moon.
Or they're trying to set Jet up. This is crazy. He's working. This is so viral. do we have to wait for you to start barking at the moon?
I couldn't really hear it.
Is the outlaw shifter. Quite possibly one of the world's first hand shift, hand clutch production.
That's what I was worried about.
And it was like I couldn't really hear it, and it was like stuttering. Was it doing that for you guys too?
I could see the images, but I didn't really hear it.
That's exactly what I was worried about. This, for some reason, whenever I try to share it, nobody can hear anything. The audio. Yeah. So, anyways, you want to give a shot, Zandine? This is why Zoom sucks.
I wonder why it did that. That's weird.
I don't know whether maybe I'm supposed to mute my my mic, but then I was afraid you wouldn't be able to hear anything at all. See,
Are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Can you hear it? Let me see.
This thing is going
Yes.
viral.
I can hear it.
Okay, let's do it. Let's go from the top.
Byte. It's this new app I found, and it claims to give you supernatural power. After you download the app, you need to order the werewolf blood.
What happens after you get this blood?
We need to perform this ritual under a full moon in a graveyard.
You guys, I'm really not liking this.
I'm gonna need everyone to focus, please, because it's about to get real.
Do you remember Katie Monroe? They found her body in a dumpster.
Would someone or something seek her out? Or was something or someone possibly a werewolf?
Whoever sent the werewolf blood to Jet may be behind this. All of this mayhem and murder started on the full moon.
Or they're trying to set Jet up. This is crazy talk.
He's ripping me to shreds. This thing is going viral. How long do I have to wait for you to start barking at the moon?
That was better, that one. That version.
I just told you that.
Okay.
Yeah, that worked. Thanks, Sandy.
Not a problem. Thanks.
So how much did that werewolf outfit cost you? Because that looked pretty good.
That's those guys from Kyle down there at Midnight Studios. He made that. And my friend Frankie, he bought that for a movie he was going to do, but they never got funding. So he just has the suit laying around. I'm like, hey, Frank, Jeff wants to make a werewolf movie. Can we rent that off you? And he's like, yeah, he rented it to us for, I think, 8 days for $700.
Wow.
So the suit is like $2,500.
Yeah. Worth it. Definitely worth it. So looks awesome.
The only thing is like the mouth didn't move or the eyes, but my guy Mick, he's a genius. In the movie, he makes the eye. If you watch the film towards the end, when the creature's down on the ground, watch the eye. He actually makes it blink, like digitally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's really.
You don't necessarily need the mouth moving, because if I remember American Werewolf in London, they really didn't show a lot of. I mean, other than the famous scene where he's transforming, right? You know, which was amazing for the time period. But outside of that, they didn't really. They showed like one scene where the werewolf was actually moving around. Other than that, you didn't see it. You saw, a cutaway of somebody getting slashed, or you saw the after effect of what it did to them, and that's it. It's just like the Jaws movie. You don't show the monster kind of thing. Or you
Right.
Yeah.
keep it brief. It's often what you don't see is scarier than what you do see.
Yeah, we had to be really strategic when we filmed it to make it look not like a man in a suit. You know what I mean? So we had to be really careful with that.
The trailer looks awesome. So I mean, the shots in the trailer look great. I'm gonna watch it tonight after this.
Legit.
The guy from Horror Society, he gave it a 9 out of 10. He loved it. He loved it, and he's a pretty hard critic. So I was really humbled when he gave us a 9 out of 10. I'm like, wow. Especially for a low budget where it was 20 grand to make it. You know what I mean? It was a low budget werewolf movie, but he really liked the story, the acting, because it's a different spin on being a werewolf instead of just getting bit like the traditional way.
It is a cool spin on it.
You download the app on your phone, you order the werewolf's blood, and then you take it to the graveyard, and under the full moon, you perform the ritual, and then you drink the blood.
That's a cool spin that I definitely haven't seen before. I like that.
And the thing was, like, Jeff Miller had got a hold of me, and he's like, Eddie, you want to do a werewolf movie for me? Like computer werewolf programmers. I'm like, I don't know about that. I said, then I kind of pitched him like the whole ritual, because I used to mess around with that new age stuff back in the 90s, pagan stuff, like, doing candle magic. And I'm like, what if we make it more like that? Like, you get the blood, and then you got to go to the graveyard and you do the ritual, you cut your finger, and you drink it or whatever, mix it in with the werewolf blood. And Jeff's like, I love it. I can see like these, like emo kids doing something like that, He goes, let's do it. So yeah, you still kind of bring some of that realism in, where it's not just all done off the phone. You still have to do like a ritual.
Yeah, Silver Bullet's one of my favorite werewolf movies, and you don't really see the werewolf in that movie until like one shot where they shoot the werewolf in the eye with that, and then at the very end. So I mean, yeah, that's awesome.
That's funny because Gruesome Herzog reviewed it. He loved it too. He gave us a 9 out of 10. He just went on and on about it. He just really loved it. And yeah, he said it kind of had that feel of the Silver Bullet. Not that it was anywhere near that good. Do you know what I mean? But it was like, he just said there was something about it that kind of reminded him of the Silver Bullet. I don't see it, but that's what he said.
Well, it's kids, right? You got brother and sister, or at least young kids, so I could see that part of it. Not quite as young as the Silver Bullet kids, but yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it.
So,
do you guys remember Night of the Demon with Dana Andrews?
Yes,
I remember that.
Yeah, so you really don't see the demon till the very end, and it's it just builds on the atmosphere. A really great flick.
Hey, another good werewolf movie is Ginger Snaps.
Love it. It's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
It's a long burn. It's a long one. It's like a 2-hour movie. It's long.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's funny, when I was writing this script, that was always in my head. Ginger Snaps. American Werewolf in London meets Ginger Snaps,
Yeah, there you go.
But it's nothing like either one of those films. But like, that was always in my head, those two, because of my two favorite werewolves. Actually, American Werewolf in Paris is kind of fun.
That's a fun movie. Yeah.
Did you see it? Phil?
Yeah. That's a fun one. It's not. I wouldn't say it's as good as American Werewolf in London, but it's a fun movie. It's got more laughs in it, and it's a fun ride.
I was really reserved to watch, and like, ugh. And I finally broke down and did it. I'm like, you know what? That was fun. Like, it was nothing like the first one, because like the first one, there's something about when they go to the slaughtered lamb, right? When they go into that
great scene.
There's something about that slaughtered lamb feel. It's just creepy, man. Like, all the people because they know what's going on. Do you know what I mean?
That was that. It's almost like Oh God, what's the oh that movie from the early '70s where the Burton where they put the guy inside the Wicker Man, right? The original Wicker Man from the early '70s. There,
Right.
the American Werewolf in London was shot at a time period before computers, before cell phones, before internet. So it was you could still picture those kind of people being in that setting, in a pub atmosphere. And there's a pub scene in Wicker Man, where they sing the barkeeper's daughter or the innkeeper's daughter thing, and it's almost a similar kind of feel. Like those kind of men don't exist anymore, right? Or at least you just don't. You can't imagine them being in today's day and age, with the hats, the clothing, the whole thing. And there's just something magical from another era, another time period altogether about that. And absolutely, walking in, seeing the pentagram on the wall, and them just trying to get some food, and it's just hitchhiking across, state, Beware the Moors, all that. It's perfect, and it's right out of, like a Lon Chaney. It's a throwback to the old, werewolf movies. Just classic stuff. I had a question for you about the length of the movies. I didn't want to lose this one. Was your most recent movie? You said that you're at 2 hours and you're trying to cut it down to 145. Does that mean you had a 120-page script? Or did you pull a Fellini and just say, we don't need a script, we're going in, with cameras blazing?
No, we definitely had a script. And I told Mick, I said, Mick, wasn't that script only 68 pages? And he looked it up. He goes, no, Eddie, it's 85. And then remember, we added like 5 pages. We did some add-ons to fill in some holes that we needed to connect, So it's 90-page script. And you would think a minute a page, that doesn't really hold true. It doesn't.
Unless it's all dialogue, right?
Right. So no, my scripts are never that long, but like all my movies seem to be like an hour and a half to hour 45. I got 1 or 2. Scarred the Slasher, I think, is 86. And I think Voodoo Rising is maybe 86. That's one of my second film I ever did. We did it on handheld cameras, little handy cams, but it's
Guerrilla
actually
style.
fun. People like it. I mean, the guy that reviewed it versus, I think he gave it a 6, 6.5. But a lot of people love it. If you just want one of those really kind of like bad acting, over the top, you know what I mean? Just super B movie.
Sometimes those end up being the most fun movies to watch.
It is fun. It is fun. We have a retard in that one that goes around pissing on people's tents because he doesn't know any better. The one scene, there's a Latino girl. She got a heavy, heavy accent. I love her, Sylvia. And she's in the tent, and the retard's outside the tent pissing on the tent, right? And they wake up because they hear the pissing of the, right? And she goes to her boyfriend, Rags, somebody's pissing on the tent. Oh, Rags, look at that cock. That cock is so big, Rags, the cock is pissing on the tent. Oh my God. I laughed so hard. They threw me off set because I could not stop laughing every time they were filming it. The cock is so big. The cock is pissing on the tent. Oh my God. I still laugh to this day. It obviously wasn't his cock. We got like a hot dog or a pop. I think we actually got a pop bottle and shadow.
That's awesome.
You guys remember The Howling? That's one of the early ones where they would use like hydraulics or something like that to make the transformation work.
Yep. Oh yeah. Howling was awesome. That's the one where the newscaster has that scene at the end where she starts to change.
Yeah, Dee Wallace.
Dee Wallace, right?
Dee Wallace.
Yeah. Classic. Love that scene. I just remember watching it as a kid, and just that was one of those ones that gets you.
That's another one that it has a feel, Phil. The Howling has a feel when you watch it. There's something about that town that's real creepy,
Yeah. Well, I remember liking the dark haired chick in it too. That turns into the werewolf. She was, as a kid, I was always, half of it was the sex in the movies that watched before too, and
Right,
she
right.
she was a smoke show.
Hey, I remember, I think it was in Underworld, they had a hybrid where it was half vampire, half werewolf. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, yeah, he was the
Like
hero.
That
him.
sounds right.
I like him. What they call him?
Yeah, like he was the hero of the movie or whatever. That was like the whole plot of the first movie, right? He was the one that yeah. Anyways, it's funny. When that movie first came out, I was into it and I watched it, and then after Key and Peele started making fun of like vampire movies
Yeah, yeah.
of that era.
They're
Now
funny.
I can't watch those anymore because they are so stylized. It's like every vampire wears leather, and it's perfectly styled like some type of Paris runway model, and everything's like it's you go back and you watch that and you're like, this is the most homoerotic shit I have ever seen put on film.
No, I was gonna say those didn't work for me. I tried to get into them and
Yeah.
I couldn't. I even back then I couldn't. I just I don't know. I
Well, Kate
got through
Beckinsale
them.
in a pair of leather pants had a lot to do with me watching it when it first aired. I have to admit.
You
But
know, yeah.
yeah,
But you nailed it. Like it was so stylized. You're absolutely on point with that.
yeah, it was too much, and it just kills me when you just lose it. I love the Howling was so gritty and
Right.
so dirty.
Yeah.
You go back and you watch it and it's like that. Yeah, that looks like 1980 to me. It really
Yeah.
does, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
I could still watch it. Great
You know,
movies.
a lot of your horror movies, they deal with zombies, vampires, werewolves, ghosts, whatever. But a movie like The Thing, you have some very, very
Awesome.
strange alien monsters in that one. Where there is like that one was just a head, then all of a sudden it threw out some tentacles and it became like a spider. I mean,
Yeah, but
it was,
what an
yeah.
opening scene though. What an opening scene for a movie to hook you into a movie and get you invested into a story. What an opening scene. They're inside that bunker in the middle of nowhere. It's nothing but snow, and they hear the helicopter.
Yeah.
They go outside, and what's going on? There's a heli, and they're shooting. What's going on? They're in the middle of nowhere, and here's a helicopter out of nowhere, and somebody's shooting from the helicopter. And what are they shooting at? A dog? Why are they shooting at this dog? Right?
Right. Right.
And then
Yeah.
the helicopter crashes, and then everything. But the dog survives, and then and then you start to realize, yeah, that awesome, just great movie. And Carpenter did soundtracks for his own movies. As a lot of people don't realize, like from that to Halloween, whatever, he was a musician also. He did the soundtracks for all those movies, which I think had a lot to do with how creepy and just kept the edge, the mood, everything about those movies. He was just great.
Yeah, that's a really, really atmospheric, creepy soundtrack for The Thing. And I'm a huge, huge soundtrack fan, film soundtrack.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
one of the
We did the
masters.
soundtrack. We actually didn't hire a guy to score the movie because we were on a deadline. Jeff wanted it done quickly, so we actually ended up scoring it. Mick, my editor, had like these sounds that he pays for, and then you can use them. So when you watch it, Phil, we actually scored it. But I'm pretty proud of the score. I came out pretty good, I think. I'd like to hear your thoughts once you watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll send you a message out tomorrow or the next day. Just give me a night to watch. I may want to watch it twice, to digest it. I'm a movie nerd, so
Did any of you
like
guys get to see Melonheads? Did any of you guys watch Melons?
Yeah, I watched Melonheads the night afterwards. It's yeah.
Did you, Paul or Steve?
I haven't had a chance, but I haven't planned to watch it. Zandine, did you watch it?
No, I haven't seen Melonhead.
They're on Tubi. I think almost all your movies are on Tubi, right?
All on Tubi, yeah.
So
it's a strange little film, isn't it, Steve? Phil?
It is. It is. A little bit, it's got its own vibe to it with the whole groove. But I liked it. It kept me. It hooked me into it to where I couldn't take my eyes off it. I had to keep watching. So.
Oh wow!
Is it similar to The Hills Have Eyes?
No spoilers.
No, I don't want to ruin it for you. Well, it isn't like that.
Okay.
No, because it's nobody's getting lost anywhere or anything like that.
So if I'm watching it, it's not like Deliverance, a squeal like a pig.
I don't recall a scene like that. No.
No.
It won best sci-fi at Hollywood Horror Fest. So they call it's more of a sci-fi film, I guess. That's what they're saying. It's more of it than a horror film. I don't know.
I guess I could see that, but it's still horror. I think it's still horror.
You know what is scary is hillbilly horror, and like in Deliverance, where that guy gets that one guy, and he goes squeal like a pig, squeal like a pig.
That's the most memorable, I guess, part of that movie. But if you really remember that movie and you go back and watch it, there's a lot more going on with that movie. There's a lot more. I mean, the whole scene with the banjo, very memorable, and all the backwoods stuff that leads up to that. But then there's the scene after all this horrible things that happens when he goes home, and the nightmares, the dreams, he has to live with that. The John Voight character, because they lose one guy. They one of their friends dies and doesn't make it back from the trip.
Right.
Like John Voight goes home and has to live with this. And I think isn't he with the other guy's wife or something? I don't know. It was just that was a super dark movie.
It was dark, very dark.
So Eddie, about Melonhead, since we're talking about that, is anything else, now that it's been out, is anything you want to say to our viewers and stuff, just like what to expect about it?
What do you mean? I'm kind of
just like a little more in depth, because the last time we had it was it was fresh, it's like your latest thing, but is there anything else? Because I hadn't seen it yet, so without spoilers, anything else you could say about it?
No, other than watch it. I don't know what else to say at this point. I mean, we sold out theaters here in Ohio. Back to back, we sold them out twice.
Yeah,
they loved it here. Because it's an urban legend. It's a big urban legend here. Not so much the rest of the world, but here it did. It's kind of all the hype's died down now because that was all 2 years ago. We showed it in the theaters. So it's kind of weird. There was all this hype for months and months, and now it's out, on streaming, and it's there's not a lot of hype on it now, unfortunately, like it was here.
I usually catch everything on Kodi anyway. I wait, but I'm gonna catch it on Kodi for sure. It doesn't matter if it's on Tubi or whatever. It just searches every platform and it'll say, okay, if somebody shared it or whatever. But that's cool though. All right.
Yeah, and Eddie, I'm gonna try to watch it too, but I haven't been watching TV that much. I've been so busy with this and that and writing and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But you and Zandine were talking about the AI before we were shutting down there.
We spent all day on that. Before I want to know, Eddie, do you do zombie movies at all, or would you do a werewolf movie where say they're smart and they're fast? If they had a multitude of special agents or whatever, and they went to a forbidden land, and it would say some. Where you could get them under siege and where they got to be holed up and the supplies and shit. I like that type of stuff, man, when it's fast action. I mean, people don't do that type of stuff anymore, but it makes good movies like Dawn of the Dead. You know, it's like I like that type of shit, but you just don't see it anymore.
We did kind of a zombie movie. It's called St. Patrick's Day. The Sluagh Awakens.
Okay, okay.
The Sluagh is the undead in Irish folklore.
Okay, I like that already then.
Yeah. And,
okay.
Phil, you might like that one because there is some gratuitous nudity in that one. Actually, quite a bit.
Awesome. All right, that's on the list.
Frontal or what?
Eddie, you know what? Also, too, I like. I'm really liking the AI made movies by fans. Like they have an AI movie. I think where Leprechaun.
And a busted van goes Wankers.